Hey comrades, today I'm going to be talking to you about carbs and your carb intake. Carbohydrates are one of the macronutrients you ingest when you eat, the others being protein and fat. Carbohydrates are like power banks that are sent down, and they give you energy to do things because they are kind of like a sugar. They're kind of like a starch, and when their bonds are broken up, they give off energy, which aids your cells so much. With this logic, that would mean carbs are good as a pre-workout. This is now pay attention to this because this is going to really make major implications on your physical activity, your workouts, sports, and everything. You have to eat to maximize potential. You have to eat carbs before you go to an event. In fact, it's highly recommended for soccer players to eat a bowl of pasta 2 or 3 hours before the game, or long distance runners, because carbohydrates really stick into the communal tank, which is more used for the communal energy tank, which is more used for your endurance running. Of course, very tiny bit of it, the more sugary parts is sent to the glycogen tanks, which are going to be needed for you to use when you're doing a high intensity activity in a short amount of time, like doing a sprint. But the communal tank burns slower, so that's why it's going to be used as endurance. In fact, on the day of a test, right, I would suggest you to eat a bowl of oatmeal, because oatmeal breaks down like very slowly. So that means you have the energy to go throughout like almost the whole day. Try that instead of eating a very sugary cereal, or just having a big sugar intake at breakfast. Because if you crash before the test, you are finished. Like, legit finished. You won't be able to think. You're just going to be so de-energized, it's not even funny. And the worst part is, it comes right after lunch. After, you're supposed to fuel up, right? So, yeah, especially if you have a test after that period, it's really not going to do you any favors. Now, back to carb intake. Obviously, maximizing its potential, you have to eat it before. But here's the catch. You actually have to do some physical activity in the near time frame after you eat carbs. A lot of foods that are chock full of carbs include flatbreads like roti and naan, and white rice is a big source of carbs. But if you're not going to physically exert yourself, then all the carbs get stored as fat. So it's basically like a use it or lose it deal. Many people try a bit of carb loading because they have the wrong ideology that you can turn fat back into energy, but it's quite the inverse. Once it's converted into fat, it's literally dead weight. You're carrying lots of dead weight around, and it's actually going to be a liability and a pain to burn it off. It's not going to be converted back to energy. Fat's only going to be used to keep you going when it's cold, or you're in a desperate situation and you just need to, and your body needs to eat into its fat reserves to keep you going. Now, this situation with carbs really extends into your dinner time meal. That is the most crucial. That's the main topic of today. I would suggest to you all to cut your carb intake at dinner, or if you're having a meal before bed, anything like that, just cut the carbs before bed, because you're not likely to going to be doing a physically exerting activity after dinner. You're thinking of hitting the hay, and after 8 hours is way too long to wait for your body to wait to expend carbs for energy. So it's just gonna convert to fat. And if you don't watch this over time, soon you're gonna be building up a gut. You're gonna be building up a belly. So this one hack can help you save any extra unneeded fat buildup. So flatline is don't eat carbs before bed. Eat them eat them before a workout so that you can maximize your ability to do it. It's not a post-workout meal. You actually have to do something physically exerting after you eat it. I'll see you next video, comrades. Peace out.